Welcome back to more of The Sims 4, and yeah, we join our household. It's a very somber occasion, of course, because I'm sure you're aware in the last episode we did lose dear old Alfonso Sheets. He's no longer with us. Rocco's gone off to work. Him and Willow had a bit of a discussion, and he's like, you know what, I need to get my mind off things. I might as well go into work, and then Willow can kind of focus a bit more on, maintaining the house, making sure that Daniel's taken care of and everything. I think Leo, he's lost one of his dads. I think he's going to take a bit more time. He's already had a couple of days off, like Rocco already did, but I think obviously Leo needs a bit longer. But yeah, Alfonso is no longer with us. He passed away in the last episode. Thank you everyone for your responses to the last episode. Lots of you were very, very touched by Alfonso's passing and the little bit I made at the end, the little video section I made at the end. And yeah, even now Jay can't really stay in his bedroom for too long, so he's coming in here. I think it's still quite painful to sleep in the bed he shared with Alfonso now that he's gone. But yeah, everyone's still very sad, and oh wow, Daniel's sad, but because he's very, very stinky. So we should probably get you washed, shouldn't we, buddy? Bubble bath time indeed. So Willow can sort that for you. And he's using the diaper. That's nice. But yeah, the household is very much all in mourning still. They're all still very sad from Alfonso's death, of course. And it's going to be weird, actually, because this is supposed to be an episode full of celebrations, because we have a couple of birthdays probably happening in this episode. We have the twins are going to be aging up, and Daniel's going to be aging up as well. Everyone's just stood still, which isn't ideal. I think they're all very numb from losing Alfonso and the pain that comes with that. Yeah, Jay's gonna comfort Bentley. They're finding some comfort in each other. Willow is just she just stood there. Come on, give Daniel the bubble bath. We need to keep things maintained, and Alfonso would obviously want everyone to keep getting at it. Oh dear. Rocco's boss confronting him and starts yelling about a document being late. This isn't the first time his hot-headed boss has blamed him for something he didn't do. Rocco knows it will blow over soon, but it's starting to get old. Should he ride out the storm and defend himself? I feel like, first, it's probably slightly late because of Alfonso dying and everything, although apparently this wasn't his fault. And I feel like in his current state of mind, I think he'd probably snap and defend himself. Like, yeah, I've been having a hard time, back off. And apparently his boss didn't appreciate that, so that's probably affected his performance, but I don't think Rocco cares right now. He's still in mourning from losing his father-in-law. Oh, no. Leo wet himself, so that's how things are going in the household right now. That's great. Not ideal, I won't lie. I'm glad Charlotte wasn't here for that. But yeah, it just seems everyone's quite numb to their emotions and to do anything. That they aren't getting changed or anything. It was a huge blow to lose like our main character in the last episode, who kind of started this whole series, so it makes sense that things are a bit skew-iff right now, and it's a mourning period. It's going to continue for a bit. Daniel's like, Mum, please, I stink. You need to do this, and you need to help me. But yeah, he's sad for other reasons. He still doesn't really understand that Alfonso's gone, I don't think. But he'll get there in time. But I think we might be giving him a bubble bath, maybe. I think he needs it. Or maybe you just... No, oh, I think it's happening. That's good. So yeah, we do have a few birthdays coming up in this episode. I don't think we're really going to actively celebrate them that much, because obviously everyone's still very, very sad from losing Alfonso, and it's going to be weird because it's like the first birthdays without him, the twins' first birthdays without their dad around. But we start some wholesome scenes like this. I think everyone's just keep going on. Laurie wants to come over and hang out. No, Laurie, no, go away. But yeah, now everyone's just standing in their rooms, like not doing anything. So let's sort that out. Willow, how about you focus on maybe making something for everyone, maybe some dinner. Something simple. I don't think you're going to want to put too much effort into it, so just do some family-sized eggs on toast. But yeah, it's a very sombre occasion. It does feel very, very sad. How is Bentley? Where is he? He's just sat here next to Daniel's bed. He's still very, very sad himself, which is heartbreaking. A lot of you thought Bentley and Rocco's reactions in particular were quite sad. Rocco has actually lost a lot of people. He's had a lot of, his parents are both gone, his stepmother's gone. He only really, outside of the family and like magic people, he has his 2 twin sisters left, that's about it. So I think when he gets home from work, he is going to call them and kind of catch up with them, because they've lost touch a lot. I don't think they've ever been a particularly close family, but I think Rocco is going to kind of push to try and make some sort of connection with his little sisters again, because he was never quite there in the first place, but even less so once he moved out and moved in here, which might be another thing they need to discuss in this episode, because I think since the twins are going to be becoming fully fledged adults in this episode, Daniel's probably going to be aging up into a child as well in this episode. I think Willow and Rocco are going to seriously consider using the money that they've made, especially because there's probably an extra bit of money now from Alfonso's will, and they're going to move out and get the other house in not Brindleton Bay, I might put it somewhere else, because we're using a different house to what was originally planned, but I think they might be moving out in this episode, whereas Leo will almost certainly be staying here to look after Jay. But Alfonso would kind of want everyone to move on with their lives, and what Jay doesn't need right now, I think, is a screaming child running around the place all the time. So I think that's going to be kind of how things are going to go. And I think Jay will be quite supportive of that. I think they just need to sit down and talk with him about it and saying, we don't need to go right now if you don't want to. Because obviously Alfonso's death is still very raw. But Leo's not going to be going anywhere. So Jay will have some support. But I think having like a child around and all these birthday celebrations is probably a bit too much for Jay at the moment. So I think they'd want to have more like private moments and private celebrations. And they're becoming adults in like the very next day, I think it is. And the stage after that is elders, so they're in like the second half of their lives, and they've been living at home all that time. So I think it is kind of time for them to fly the nest. They were kind of waiting for Alfonso to pass away. Are there wholesome scenes happening here with granddad and grandson? Yeah. That's something for him to do. Jay's just kind of playing with his grandson, which is very, very wholesome. But obviously people are still very sad at the moment. You can kind of hear the sadness in Jay's voice still, obviously, because he's just kind of putting on the show for Daniel, because he doesn't really understand exactly what's gone on. But that could be another thing to discuss in this episode. And if that is the case, I don't really know how I'm going to approach that when we have people move out. What would you rather see in like future episodes? Would you rather we spend one episode in like the household with Jay and Leo, and then the next episode we spend it with Rocco and Willow and Daniel? Or would you rather we have like half an episode in one household and then the second half in the other household? Which would you rather kind of see? Which one would you think would work better? Let me know, because I'm still not entirely sure on what I'm going to do about that yet. But yeah, everyone's kind of gone to get some food that they made. Just slowly trying to do normal things and get back to normal. But yeah, I think it's going to be probably the most somber and depressing birthday celebrations ever in this episode. Which is kind of sad, but that's kind of how it's worked out. And yeah, before we know it, it'll also be Winterfest in like less than a week now, really. And I think it would be nice to kind of have Willow and Rocco to hold Winterfest at their new house, potentially. So Daniel's first Winterfest could be like really special and stuff like that, and then it would allow Jay the opportunity to get out of the house more, and not be constantly reminded that this is the house where my deceased husband used to live with me. If he could spend like Winterfest at their house, it would be a nice way of kind of, distracting himself from what a sad day it will be for him, because this is his first Winterfest for, in-game years without his husband, so and that could be another plan. But I think when Rocco gets home from work, he's going to call his sisters, and then I think him and Willow will probably chat with Jay about, what they could do moving forward, because they've been keeping their eyes on properties for a long time, and they've spotted this other one, and they're still in Brindleton Bay, so they're still literally in the same area as Jay, so they can visit whenever. But I think since they are becoming adults, so they're probably in like, I don't know, their 30s or 40s, or like when they age up next. That's kind of how it's supposed to be, I believe. And the fact that they're still living at home, doesn't quite ring true, and I think Alfonso would want them to kind of live the most human lives possible, because that's what he wanted for himself. He's passed it on to his children. I think that's what's going to go down. And I think Leah might have gone to cry out. Yeah. You know, we'll also have you call the sadness hotline because you need to talk to people when you're feeling sad. And I think you might even give Charlotte a call as well. Not Malia. Malia can get in the bin. But yeah, how about you chat with Charlotte as well after you've called the sadness hotline. Willow's gone to mourn Alfonso, and she wants to be here with Rocco. Well, there you go. We saw they coped like that in the last episode, but oh, Willow. This is very, very sad. A very harsh reality of life, really, is death. So yeah, she's mourning her dad. She's kind of gone for a moment outside. Jay's still keeping an eye on Daniel. But yeah, you can still see the heartbreak on poor Jay's face. Aww. So now these two are just chatting. Daniel and his Uncle Leo having a bit of a discussion. The Spice Festival's in town. I don't think so. And Rocco's home from work. So, sir, how about you get inside before you freeze to death? Also, you probably should grab some food. And there's still a serving left of Willow's meal she cooked. So, have some of that. Then call your sisters. Daniel's feeling happy. It's nice to see someone actually happy in his household for the first time in a few days. And yeah, once he's called his sisters and had a bit of a catch up with them, I think we'll talk to Jay about, you know, what's next and arrangements for the future, really. Right, we have a few people actually feeling happier. He was definitely cheered up from calling the sadness hotline, which is very nice. I think Rocco's feeling a bit better now he's eaten. I don't think he'd eaten actually for like a day or two, so he probably feels better there. Yeah, call Malia and Raina now. Just chat up, you know, not chat with your sisters, bloody hell. Just chat with your sisters, and we'll go from there. Willow, Morgan, Ember, no, go away. Sorry, not right now, we're all mourning. Willow's keeping Daniel occupied and distracted. As they all are, they've all kind of had a bit of a play with Daniel to kind of keep his fun up, so he doesn't get too much of a sense that something's wrong, otherwise I think he'd get really, really upset. So, yeah. People are still feeling it, but it's to be expected. Okay, Rocco's had a chat with his sisters, so they've just had a bit of a catch-up about things, which is nice. Jay's making some cocktails, I think. Right now, I don't think I can blame him, as long as it doesn't go a bit too far, you know. These two are kind of chatting now, just having a bit of a hug, comforting each other. She would just kind of say, you know, we've got some money obviously left over from Dad's will, and we've been looking at this house quite close by for a while anyway, and Daniel's going to be growing up very, very quickly, very, very soon, and we don't really want to be overly burdened on, you know, we don't want to be an overly big burden on you, especially in a time like this. And, you know, as long as we're all here and everything, it's kind of also a reminder of who isn't anymore. And we're kind of thinking that maybe now is the time to kind of move on, because that's what Dad would want us to do. But of course we need to kind of make sure that Jay's okay with that, and I think he is. Oh, Leo's just gone to mourn Alfonso outside. Oh. So yeah, Leo's like, they just kind of say, you know, Leo's going to be sticking around with you. But oh, this is very depressing. But yeah, they're kind of just asking him, you know, what do you think? Is this what Dad would want for us? Should we stay just that little bit longer? What do you think? And I think they're just going to give Jay, you know, a bit of time to think about it. And when he's ready, he'll kind of tell them what he thinks. He's just going to sit on it for a while, I think. Yeah, he's just still coming in here every now and again, trying to get used to seeing the room without Alfonso in it, I guess. Which is kind of sad. And he's going to warm himself by the fire. But yeah, he's kind of just said, you know, I'll probably take a couple of days to think about it. We'll get all these big birthdays out of the way, and then we'll kind of think about maybe if you guys should be moving out and stuff like that. Because, you know, both his kids are getting older and becoming adults, so it's a big deal. But obviously Rocco and Willow are terrified that leaving Jay now would make him feel a bit lonely, because, you know, it's only been like a week or so since Alfonso passed away. I know in game that means it's been a lot longer, but still, it's still like obviously very fresh and stuff like that for them. So they don't want to make them, don't want it to seem like they're just abandoning Jay at the hardest moment. They want to make sure that what they're doing is for the best, because obviously they're getting on with their lives, and Alfonso passing away has kind of reminded them how short life is, and they want to have their own house and their own little family unit for as long as they can. And you know, they are getting quite older now. You know, they are approaching their 30s, so they're just wondering if now is the right time. And yeah, Jay's just going to be thinking on that for a little while. He's actually reading, I think, I've seen Alfonso read that book quite a few times. I think it's a rocket science book, so it's something to remind him of his husband, which is very sad. But yeah, it's also getting quite late, so we should probably have everyone get to sleep. Rocco's just woken up. So yeah, it is Saturday, and it is the twins' birthdays today, so they're going to be becoming adults. So yeah, it's kind of a sad one, because obviously it's the first birthday they've ever had without Alfonso around, and Alfonso is normally the one who makes them like their birthday cake on their birthdays. I think Rocco's going to have a go and do it. He's gotten up a bit early to do it. Oh, stinky plates. I will help you out and just get rid of those. So yeah, let's get Rocco to work on that. If only he could magic up a cake, but all he can do is burn the oven, which I don't think's going to work out. So let's just try making cake and see how it goes. Rocco's just kind of staring at the bowl like, God, I hope I've done this right. I hope I don't poison everyone. I think he's not like the most skilled, I think, when it comes to cooking, but he does try his best, and he is trying his best, obviously, to make his wife and brother-in-law's birthdays the best that they can in the circumstances. But it's giving it a good go, and that's what counts. Even if the cake doesn't taste good, it doesn't really matter. We really need it for them to blow out the candles, you know? So it's okay, Rocco, I think it'll be fine. Well, some things are kind of going back to normal. Rocco's just gone to sit down and has found Bentley's just sleep on the couch. And there are flies around him. I think he stinks. We might even need to give him a bath, which isn't ideal. Okay, and Willow's actually going to write another book about this situation. It's going to be called Who Art in Heaven. Obviously, Our Father. So she's going to get to work on that. Just something to kind of process the pain she's going through, and a little tribute to Alfonso as well. But yeah, it's not the happiest of birthdays, obviously, but it's kind of getting by because Alfonso would want them to as best as they possibly can. So yeah, Jay's got a lot of in his mind at the moment, you know, even more so like mourning Alfonso, and should he allow that to be a reason to kind of keep his daughter here and his son-in-law and stuff like that. So obviously he'd probably miss having them around because he's so used to them living with him, but at the same time he also needs to let them live their lives. He doesn't want to be like holding them back from anything, and he knows, you know, they're getting quite old now, you know, they're getting older too. And he knows he's going to have Leo there as well, and I think he's very much toying with the idea of thinking Willow and Rocco should move out and get that house, because that's what Alfonso wanted for them, and he left the money in his will for them to do that. So he actually is, I think, going to talk to Leo, wherever he's gone, just in the bathroom. He's going to talk to him, I think, and says, what do you think about this? And may also offer another idea that Leo could run past someone who he might be inviting over today for his birthday. So these two are talking and saying, is Charlotte coming over for your party later? And she's like, and he's kind of saying, yeah, I've invited her, if that's okay. And Jay's of course going, well, yes, that's absolutely fine. So I think maybe we should run an idea past her, because I think Willow and Rocco are going to be moving out very, very soon. Which means there's going to be lots of room in the house. If Charlotte wants to stay with you for a while, then you can maybe trial living together in case one day you get your own place. And Leo is very excited about that idea, so I think he's going to run that by Charlotte when she comes over for the party later on. You know who's not a fan of that idea? Via, because they died. Somehow these two are having a really important conversation while that's just going on right in the background there. Probably a bit distracting, but it's kind of adorable, so I'll allow it. Oh no, I think Bentley's been sick on the... I think he might need a vet, actually. Oh, Bentley, you've gotten sick again. Yes, we know it's their birthday. Maybe Jay, you probably want to get... you want to get yourself out of the house. So how about you wake him up and check if there's something wrong, because he's got flies all over him, he stinks, and he's been throwing up. So I think he might have gotten ill again in his old age. I mean, he hasn't really gotten ill until he's become an elder, but probably also a very bad reaction to losing Alfonso, which is very, very sad. Oh yeah, oh poor Bentley. Poor little thing, look at you. Oh yeah, look at his mouth. Oh, you're not well at all, are you? Right, let's get you sorted, buddy. I didn't realise you were sick. Take him to the vet clinic right now. Willow finished writing her book for Alfonso, which is nice, so we'll get that published. But in the meantime, let's get Bentley well again. Poor little Bentley. So back at the vets again. I don't want to keep coming here for Bentley. It makes me sad that he's getting quite sick now. He's getting up now. He's older, but here we are again. And this place is really, really cool. I will not lie. I love the design of this place. I think we'll have to try at some point one of our Sims being a vet. I think that could be a good career. Oh, hi Jay. I'm calling to let you know that Megan Honeycutt has passed away. I thought you might want to know. That's the person he went to the circus with the other day. That was like his other friend that was left. So even she's died now. Oh my goodness, Jay. This is the sad fact of life, unfortunately. But, oh, this poor guy, give him a break. I do think losing Alfonso and losing some more of his friends, again, it's a reminder, I think, and a wake-up call for him, you know. He's like, well, I'm not going to be around for much longer. I need to make sure that my kids are well provided for. And, oh, Charlotte's here. Charlotte's here with one of her pets. I think Apollo is her dog. Oh, well, we can say hi to her and say see you later then, see you at the party later on. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, he's kind of been reminded that he wants to make sure that when he's gone, his kids are well supported, they've got a life of their own, they've built something for themselves. And yeah, I think a way of making sure that's the case is by letting Willow and Rocco get their own place and do what Alfonso would have wanted for them. And I'm sure Charlotte's going to pop over in a bit and again say how sorry she is about Alfonso passing away. And yeah, it'd be nice to see her later on as well. I think Jay's going to keep mum for now about exactly what Leo may be asking her about moving in, potentially, because he'll save that for a surprise at the party. Oh, Bentley. I think he's throwing up again. Oh, you poor little thing. Oh, look at you. You're so sweet. You're too sweet to be throwing up. That's not fair. Cure him, vet. Cure him right now, Tetsu. What are you doing? Just stood there for? Do your job. Bentley has projectile repugnitis. Lovely. But we're going to go for the expensive treatment because Bentley deserves all the best. Because then you can feel better and enjoy yourself. But he's just so sad at the minute and ill. And we can't have that. Oh, Jay's still feeling so sad. But Bentley is feeling better, so that's good. Okay, we are back from the vets. So, Charlotte's coming over. It's time to party. Well, I say party. It's a very strong word for what this is going to be. It's just going to be a social gathering with a bit of light talking. Oh, Rocco's playing with Daniel again. Oh, we have some vomit to throw up. Vomit to throw up? No, vomit to clean up. But Bentley, importantly, is feeling much better. And are you going to jump up on that chair? Oh, are you smelling it? Can you smell Alfonso on it? I think you can. Oh. Right, Charlotte's just turned up, so let's invite her in. Oh, look, even Charlotte's feeling sad. I think even she's sad about Alfonso dying. Oh. Morgan wants to go and get dinner. Not now, Morgan. You know, we have more important things, unfortunately. But yeah, let's get everyone inside, and yeah, let's get this show on the road and blow out some candles. Daniel's, I think, going to bed. He's like, no, I don't want to stick around. It's my birthday tomorrow. That's when things are important. I'm going to go to bed now. So I can't remember which twin was born first, so I'm just going to go with Will. In my mind, I always see it like Willow's older. I don't know why. She might have been born first. I can't really remember. Either way, let's have Willow blow out her candles and become a fully fledged adult, which is insane. We saw her as a little baby alien. Look how far she's come, married with a kid, and now a proper adult, which is insane. So there we go, adulthood, fulfilling dreams, planning for retirement, and midlife crisis await. The perfect time to start wrapping up his lifelong goals. So, you are officially an adult, Willow. So now it's time for Leo to blow out his candles and age up as well. Yeah, a very melancholy affair, this whole thing, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Then there's just Daniel like, not interested, it's not my birthday. And there we go, Leo's aged up as well. So, they're both adults. Obviously, like, birthdays aren't quite as exciting when you get a bit older anyway. And yeah. Oh! And Leo got abducted. I'm like, happy birthday. Updates please from the alien overlords. Ah, Charlotte's taken out the trash. She's being helpful. That's very wholesome. I don't think she's aware that her boyfriend just got abducted by aliens, but what can you do? Nope. She just witnessed that like, what the hell? So, since it's Leo's birthday, they have more of an excuse than ever to uphold their tradition from where Charlotte visits. So they're doing that to celebrate his birthday. But yeah, it's been pretty low-key for obvious reasons. Jay's just tucking in some cake. It's a big bloody slice you've taken there, buddy, but I don't blame you. And yeah, it's probably time for people to get to bed really right now. But yeah, while they're not the most exciting birthdays anyway, especially in The Sims, because not much like changes when you become an adult, it had to kind of be a low-key kind of thing, because Alfonso's not here, and there's obviously a big kind of gap there. So now these two are having a bit of a conversation outside, and Jay's kind of saying, you know, I've talked to your brother, and I've thought it through myself, and everything that's happening, and I think it absolutely is the best thing for you, especially now you're older and everything, it's been your birthday and everything. You and Rocco deserve to have your own life in your own house and build your own household the way I got to. I got to do it a lot younger than the age you are now, so you definitely need to start living your life, and who am I to kind of hold that against you, because your dad would want that for you as well. So whenever you are ready, absolutely start the process of moving. So I think in a few days' time, probably in the next episode, Willow and Rocco and Daniel are going to be moving into their own house. Oh. Who's that? Guys! Look who came to celebrate his kid's birthday anyway. He did stop by after all. Alfonso. Oh, he's come to sleep in his bed. That's so wholesome. In my headcanon, I kind of like it when only ghosts can see each other in The Sims. So I'm kind of thinking Jay can't see this because he's gone to bed. But Alfonso's kind of like, it's okay, I'm still here. I'm really proud of you, you're doing well. Cats can break that illusion. Oh, you're feeling flirty, I think you know Alfonso's presence is here. Leo's also just quickly on the phone to Charlotte. She had to go home because it's actually 2 AM. But he's kind of saying, you know, I've been talking to my dad. He thinks maybe you should try moving in and see how that goes. And based on his response, he's very happy about whatever she said. So I think she's kind of up for maybe trialling moving in, just so, you know, it's not all sad and Jay's not completely alone and everything. So maybe Charlotte could be moving in very soon as well. That could be something that happens maybe when Willow and everyone moves out. Because, you know, I think those two have been together for a long time now, and it's good for them to maybe take their relationship to the next level and actually move in together. So yeah, everyone is heading to bed now. I actually feel like Jay found a bit of peace when he felt Alfonso's presence there. He's actually managing to sleep in his own bed without Alfonso, so it's kind of like the last little thing he needed to fully get that closure, I think. And it's lovely that Alfonso actually appeared on the twins' birthdays to kind of make sure they're doing okay and to wish them happy birthday even when he's not there. That was actually really nice, and that's actually the first time Alfonso's ghost on his own accord has kind of appeared. So I love that happened today of all days. And yeah, he just wanted to make sure everyone was okay. So Bentley's no longer sick. Willow and Rocco are going to start their lives properly as their own household and their own family and move out. Leo and Charlotte are still going strong, and Charlotte could be moving in. All very, very wholesome, and it's nice to know that, you know, everyone's doing okay, and Alfonso kind of found a bit of peace with that as well, I think, when he came back. Okay, so next morning, Willow's getting up a bit early, because obviously it's Daniel's birthday today, so she's going to bake a cake for him. We're going to quickly have him age up, even if it is like 8:30 in the morning, because I don't have long left to record this episode, so definitely want to see him age up in this one. So yeah, this little guy, little Daniel here, it's his birthday, he's going to see him as a child, so I'm very excited to see what he's going to look like. So we'll get that done now, give everyone else a bit more time asleep. But yeah, I think they still obviously need a bit more time to properly mourn Alfonso's passing, but I actually think him appearing there on their birthdays, I feel like they felt his presence. Jay definitely did, and he definitely allowed to actually sleep in his own bed after that. And yeah, you see that people are waking up happy, Daniel's happy, Leo woke up happy. I think that was kind of the last bit of closure they needed to see or feel their dad's spirit and know truly that he's still with them, so they shouldn't be that sad, because he'll never really leave them and he's very proud of them all. So that's very, very wholesome. I really like that, how that all turned out. So now maybe we can have a bit more of a celebration for Daniel, because yeah, it's this little guy's birthday, and yeah, Charlotte could potentially be moving in, and that means, you know, her relationship with Leo is going from strength to strength. Daniel's going to be becoming a child, and therefore Willow and Rocco now have Jay's blessing to move out, just like Alfonso would have wanted for them, and they can start their own life in their own house and everything, which can be very, very exciting. So yeah, I'm really intrigued about the future. Obviously, it's never going to be easy without Alfonso, and when you lose someone, it's never, it's never easy. But I feel like they are starting to get there, and they're starting to move forward. Knowing that he's gone, but still always part of him will be there watching over them, which is very, very nice. So yeah, so Ali's birthday candles. We're not going to get breakfast with you, buddy. And yeah, we're going to wait for everyone else to wake up, and then I think we'll celebrate Daniel's birthday. Actually, I think before anything else, you should self-publish your book for him. It's like a last little thank you, Dad. This is for you. Everyone else is up now, so we'll get them all downstairs, and then yeah, we'll age up Daniel. Well, they self-published the book. I think it's actually, yeah, there's a blizzard today, so it's actually really chucking it down today. And I think, oh god, yeah, look how much snow there is. I think that's probably Alfonso's doing as well. I think Daniel enjoys the snow, and he's putting on a bit of a show and a spectacle for his grandson, even though he couldn't be there. Pierce has died. Supriya's son's just died. Oh man, we're losing a lot of people. But yeah, I guess all that's left to do in this episode now is to, yeah, age up old Daniel here. And there we go. And just like that, oh, that's very impressive. You reached through the table like that, and boom, Daniel's aged up. Daniel's become of age, he can now set his own disguise. So there we have it, guys. Oh, we're not going to have him be mean, that's not in keeping with his character. He can be cheerful, sure. And I think he's a bit of a... he likes playing with his friends and everything, doesn't he? So we'll have him be quite active and a rambunctious scamp like that. But there we have it, guys. I think we'll properly edit his appearance in the next episode, because my battery's about to die on my camera. But that's a brief glimpse of him. Again, still looks very much like his dad, I think. But we'll probably edit his hair and everything in the next episode. But yeah, exciting things coming. Charlotte could be moving in. Willow, Rocco and Daniel are going to be moving out, getting their own place. Jay and everyone is starting to move on. Obviously not fully processed it, but Alfonso's spirit is very much still here. And we even visited them on the twins' birthdays. Very, very wholesome. So yeah, life goes on as it must always, and that's what Alfonso would have wanted. And yeah, lots of exciting developments in everyone's life still as they try and move on without Alfonso. But I think they're getting there, I think they're making it. And yeah, now we have a child to deal with, good old Daniel here. He looks very sassy, so we'll see how we can handle him. But that is going to be it for now. And yeah, until next time, see ya.